And then just please chip in whenever that have things to say. So we'd started with a lot of questions on a lot of issues.
Just remind us exactly what the thing you were working on was.
Yeah, sorry, I will do. So we were looking at kind of student engagement in deliberative democracy and how we might be able to kind of enact that. But we'd been talking a bit about campus and campus politics and campus engagement and the issues around there. And then we kind of started to ask a lot more questions than we were answering. We were talking about different involvement. It's probably because we're all academics, but we were talking about involvement and, you know, about being informed, and we got on to kind of talk about stewardship. And what we were trying to kind of get at is that it's not just about the politics with a capital P, it's a small politics with a little p. And I think that's where the hook to kind of deliberative democracy kind of comes in. It's the informal, it's the banal, it's the kind of everyday interactions. It's actually where we started from, it's the day-to-day interactions you have with the council, right? It's them picking up your bins or tripping over a flagstone. It's, you know, it's those little things. And what we tried to do, I think what we'd got to a point of is talking about triggers and what would trigger someone to kind of be involved. And then, does anyone want to continue?
Yeah, so we started to come up with some real policy ideas because we were thinking about why would people actually get involved rather than just let democracy happen over there? Why would I want to get involved in it as a normal student rather than one who decides to come to a NotWestminster event on a weekend? So the first thing we said was that political education has to start early. We were saying that you stop learning properly and taking things in when you get to about 13. So you have to get them early, get them actually knowing what politics is, not just with a big P, but with a little p again. What politics does for you. And then Tom, do you want to run us through the next couple?
Yeah, was that just number one?
Yeah, so number two.
Yeah, so it was thinking sort of how you go to university, you go to a new place maybe, and you have your induction to university, but we're thinking maybe at the same time you should have an induction to the place you're at, maybe an introduction to, you know, your local council, the local democracy structures, people who represent you. I think that's important at the same time. And we wanted to sort of think how you could tackle that sort of issue of students maybe, you know, they're not participating, but maybe they, you know, they don't exactly want to, they think politics is this big scary thing, they don't want to go get involved. So maybe something that doesn't particularly look like politics from the outside. So some sort of open forum where students or people, you know, in the local area can go and then just talk about local issues. Maybe have different subjects every week and just open these, just give a sort of area.
Yeah, we had a couple of ideas for like good case studies, good practice in the past. Like I know we were talking about in the Scottish referendum, they had cafes where you could just drop in and talk about the issues you had. You know, even though it came from one campaign side, it was open to both. And you know, university society where you have this physical space. So in terms of thinking about something that we could make, you know, this physical space that could be taken over and could be appropriated and reappropriated every year depending on who kind of takes it over. It can be a cultural space, it can be a learning space, it can just be a, you know, but to us I think what we were opening with all of these questions is deliberative democracy is such a big concept and there's so much that comes before it. What we try to do is think about all of that and then think, okay, actually by not calling it deliberative democracy, by not calling it politics and local engagement and stakeholders, you're actually getting through some of those barriers and actually just opening conversations. That's where deliberation starts, right? It's conversations, it's just talking with people and learning, mutual learning. Is there anything I need to add, or is that pretty much covered it?